I appreciate everyone for showing up for themselves today, understanding that this was a calling that you decided to answer. God brought us all here. You woke up earlier than you probably wake up on a normal basis, and you decided to answer that call to do something to empower yourself, something to strengthen yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. So congratulations already on just being present, being here. Before we start, I just want us to all take time to take a few breaths in, take a few breaths out, and really just, like I said, ground ourselves. Just give thanks to God for waking us up today. Give thanks for presence. Give thanks for the energy in our body to be able to get up and be able to move.
My name is Brenton. I'll be your instructor for today. And this is to myself. It says, thank you for another opportunity to make a deposit. The older you get, the harder it becomes to honor yourself first. But I know from that place I will serve the world well. Servitude and accountability must start in my own garden. My intention in this season is to protect me from the old versions of myself while honoring the person that I'm becoming. And so I want us to really take that into this new season, to honor who you're becoming, to protect yourself from past versions of yourself. It's okay to make mistakes, right? But also to make deposits. I think that it's so easy to make decisions and deposit into other people, into even parts of our lives that don't really bear any fruit, right? Like I catch myself oftentimes like, do you really need to go and hang out at the bar? Like, or do you really need to go read a book? Like what kind of deposit? And those are honest conversations that I have to make, with myself, that I have to have with myself. And so one, I say that to say thank you for making a deposit into yourself this morning in a way that will actually bear fruit. Because I know some of you personally, and I know that you all have a heart for service. And really, I like to use this moment to fuss at people, to be like, serve yourself well first. And that's the intention for this season, right? Like, serve yourself so good that the overflow from that touches other people. So I want us to do a side neck stretch. So I want us to take your hand, touch the left ear, and bring that right ear to the shoulder. So and make sure you're breathing through this. One of the things that I like to talk about is breath work in these spaces. I always say that if you stop breathing, you choke, right? So imagine what happens when you breathe in a moment that is really, really hard. If you have the potential to like change the trajectory of life by not breathing, right, i.e. dying, then what will happen if you breathe life into like hard situations or moments where we're anxious, right? Or moments where it just needs a pause. That's how you get a good sturdy position, okay? And we're gonna do a cat-cow. We're gonna inhale, and the back goes up a little bit, and then exhale into an arch. Inhale into a cat. Exhale. One of my favorite things when you're ready, meet me back in a solid tabletop. Make sure that chest is facing the world away from you. And then you should feel that stretch all the way through your chest muscles up through the finger. And you're gonna thread through under that left hand and place the right ear on the mat. Meet me down in the child's pose. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take those hips and sit them back almost, and then you're gonna push your mat away from you. You can set that forehead down on the mat if you want. But a good child's pose is you always push the ground away from you. Spread the hands a little bit, and then you feel that stretch from like the top of your arms all the way down to your hips. I'm so honored, and I'm really surprised by myself with it being this time of morning. So thank you. Okay, perfect. So let's get into a good mountain pose. A good take up space on your mat. Palms open, chest up and out. Go ahead and get some breaths here. I like this pose because it's a posture of receiving. One of the things that I like to talk about is that if you want to be somebody who receives, you have to be willing to release, and that is hard. But if you are welcoming newness and welcoming space into your life, you gotta let things flow and go. You know? I'm talking to somebody. I ain't gonna start. So go ahead, fill up the chest with air. Place it out straight here. Take that left foot and almost make it straight. And take that, the heel and like point it back. So not like this, but like almost like that. Cause then you'll feel that stretch from the heel up through the glute almost. So give me 2 breaths here. A good way to get a good solid position too is spread the fingertips. That helps. So take up space. When you take up space, it makes it much easier to be in front. And negative people be taking up space all the time. Why you get what I'm saying? If you good, you know what I'm saying? All right, y'all can come down. A good way to balance is like get a focal point on something. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift that heel up some more to the shin, but don't push into the shin, just slide it up, right? Give me 1 more breath here. When you're ready, and if you're able, go ahead and lift it up to a 90-degree angle. And then take that left hand, place it on the right thigh to hold it up. So almost grab the thigh almost and lift it up. And take that right hand and you can place it on your hip and get a little stretch in. Place that left hand on the right hip. And boom, bada bing, baby. We're gonna do one last thing, okay? Like a little fun activity, but take your palms or your feet, place them together, and see if you can kind of like lift them up towards you almost. And then it's a happy baby. You're gonna see if you can roll back and get a fine stretch. This is probably my favorite class to date. It's a good old vibe. Thank you again. Give Korbin a hand. Like, thank you so much, bro. And then, yeah, you take it from here. I appreciate y'all.
Before we even came out here today, I was prepping for today's moment. Thinking, how am I supposed to prepare for today? What message am I supposed to give to the people? How am I supposed to lead? How am I supposed to serve today? And I didn't really hear it clearly, like what I'm supposed to do. I didn't hear a clear message. And I got out here and I still didn't hear that message. I'm talking to God like, what am I supposed to do? How am I showing up today? What is my purpose? I know I got everybody out here. We're doing the right thing, but what am I supposed to be doing in this moment? And I still didn't hear it. Until just moments ago, I'm laying on the mat and I just needed you to show up. I just needed you to show up with the confidence that I'm going to use you as a vessel once the time is here. Once the time is ready, when you are ready. When you've given the faith to me. It's so powerful. It's so powerful for us to just show up for ourselves with the confidence. When we don't know the next step. When we don't know what we're walking ourselves into. We're leaving here today with the unknowing of what's going to happen as soon as we even get in the car. I was just speaking to someone on the trail and speaking about my brother. He had a stroke about 3 months ago. My brother's only 5 years older than me. Been my big brother. I looked up to him since I was younger. He's always seemed so untouchable, so powerful, a leader. And to see him in the phase that he's in now, where he can't just walk to the kitchen on his own, or he can't just prepare his own meal. You know, his day-to-day life has changed in just a moment. But he still has to just show up. He has to show up with the confidence that God is using me in this moment for some specific reason. Something that I can't see in this moment. We've all done the work on ourselves. You've shown up here today. This wasn't by accident. This wasn't your first time pouring into yourself. You've been doing the work on yourself. You built resilience. You built a different level of confidence that you wouldn't have gotten from no school. and from no person. This had to be a journey that you went on by yourself. And you got in here today, and you still question yourself. You still wake up and you question, am I doing the right thing? Am I going the right places? Am I hanging around the right people? But God wants us to have the confidence in ourselves, the confidence in Him, the confidence in the world around us. Understanding that wherever He places our feet is exactly where we're supposed to be. And once we understand that, that's when we take the power back. We take the power and the control of our lives. We put things in our hands. There is so much power that lies within us. So much power to present change, to give ourselves freedom, to help the next person beside you. There's so much power in us. And when we understand that power, we understand that strength, we understand who we are individually, then when we come together as a collective, then we're unstoppable. This is how we change the narrative. This is how we change, this is how we break cycles. This is how we break cycles. I work with children all the time who I see dealing with mental health issues, dealing with just trauma from things that they think are normal. And we are the generation that realize, hey, this isn't normal. The way we are growing up, the things that they are feeding us through the things that we're eating and the things that are feeding us mentally, is not normal. The ways that we are feeling isn't always normal. But it's okay, because like I told you when we started, I didn't feel okay, but it's okay. How do I move forward now? I feel like I understand myself a lot more. And it's an ever-growing process. Every day you're gonna learn a little bit more about yourself, understand a little bit more about what's best for you, how to help your family break generational curses. But we have to take that power back. Stop fighting that inner voice inside of us and just lean into it. Walk in with confidence, without the knowing of exactly how every situation is gonna go, but the confidence. And once you walk in with confidence, then He'll speak to you again. But you have to build that faith, build that relationship. So you coming out here today, not knowing who I am, who Brenton is, maybe not even knowing what Oak Grove Trail looks like, but you heard a calling. You didn't get further instructions, but you heard a calling and say, get up and go out there. I need you out there. And you made the decision to come out here. You are a spiritual warrior. There's a war going on that we cannot see, past the physical. And this is how you prepare for it. You prepare for a physical war by working out, running, eating properly. But this is the same, but this is a spiritual war. This is what keeps you sane. This is what keeps you protected on another level. Keeps you protected and guided when you're going into these uncomfortable situations, these rooms where you might not feel up to par. You might not feel that you deserve to be in certain spaces, but this is what keeps you prepared for whatever is coming, for whatever is here. And we have to understand how to build that spiritual protection, build that spiritual strength within us. Is there something called intergenerational curses? But we're gonna build intergenerational bonds and new cycles that are passed down through our bloodlines, the DNA, the codes that are given through us, through our DNA. We're gonna pass that down to our children, the ones that comes after us. So they don't have to go through the same cycles that we went through, or that we're even still going through. So give yourself grace. Give yourself the applause, celebrate yourself. Because you stepped in today with confidence. You stepped in today with confidence. That's so powerful. Online, people look like they have the most confidence, they know what they're doing, but a lot of people are still trying to figure it out. We're all still trying to figure it out. And it's okay to still try to figure it out, but have confidence in whatever decision you are deciding to make with your life. I'm so grateful for everybody showing up for themselves. When I first started these events, it was a much smaller gatherings a lot of times. A lot of times because people are unfamiliar with these type of things, when it comes to taking care of yourself. And when I say people, I mean people of color, people who look like you and me. A lot of times you say, you're going out to hiking naked, that's white people stuff. You're going to do some yoga early, that's white people stuff. And not even to put a color on it, but we didn't see ourselves within the world. We didn't see the connection within the world. We didn't see who we were. We didn't understand who we were. But we're getting back to our roots, getting back to what made us who we are today. So thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna continue to say thank you. And tell yourself thank you. Congratulate yourself. When we leave here today, take the tools with you that you have acquired. Like Britton said, don't just leave these stretches and poses that we did on the mat here today. Take them with you. These are tools to keep you strong physically, mentally, and spiritually. Take these tools with you, apply them with your life, pass them on to somebody else who might need them. You pass gossip, you pass a drink, you pass things that aren't necessarily building us up. So pass tools, pass resources on that can help the next person once you found something that assisted you in your journey. Before we came out here today, I did ask for everybody to bring out a journal and a pen. If you do not have one, I do ask if you can grab your phone. Something that you can just be able to write with at this moment. And your first journal prompt that you will be writing with. I know we mentioned in the beginning of the hike, but what are your intentions for today? What was your intentions coming out here today? So I thank y'all. We only did about a quarter of the trail. We have about 20 more minutes of walking. During this time, feel free to explore, see nature. Now, I was back here the other day. I walked from here all the way to Chesapeake Regional Hospital through these woods. You know, I'm not telling you to go do that right now, but if you feel led to, you sign something when you sign up for Halo that says I'm not responsible. but be free, you know, be outside, be one with yourself, be one with nature, listen to whatever's coming to you.
That's what I'm here for, is community, you know, and to be around other well-spirited people. And I'm never alone because I have God. You know, God's always with all of us, you know, but sometimes that sense of loneliness can still come. But I want to be intentional, you know, about where people, places, and things, you know, environments. It's important, you know, because our life is important, and things could be altered, and we have to go through things we didn't mean that we, you know, had to go through, you know what I mean? So I just feel like everything is really well to be intentional and to be in the right places and the right spaces and to take good care of ourselves and make the most of this life that we have. But we don't really know, everything's really unknown, but we do know there is God, and we do know that we're not alone because we have each other, and these communities are so beautiful. So I just want to say y'all are very beautiful, and I appreciate all your likes.
Thank you. You too. Thank you. You too.